back to SoftTechie, the channel where we break down platforms, programs, and digital opportunities from a user experience and accessibility perspective, while also highlighting real-world values for student, professionals, and curious learners. On this channel, I don't just review softwares and websites, I also explore global opportunities that can genuinely shape careers. Today's video is all about Model United Nations, commonly known as MUN, and the ecosystem of youth and career opportunities connected to it. When you first open the United Nations Model United Nations page, it clearly explains what an MUN actually is. Over here, right on this channel, at its core, it's an educational simulation where students take on the roles of diplomats representing different countries in the United Nations committees, debate global issues, draft resolutions, negotiate with other delegates, and work collaboratively to solve real-world problems. MUN helps develop critical thinking, public speaking, diplomacy, research skills, and global awareness, making it one of the most respected academic simulations for students interested in IR, law, politics, or leadership. So now, when we scroll down, it provides us with a getting started with MUN section, especially useful for beginners. It introduces key resources such as MUNEA, which focuses on environmental assemblies, and Model UN mini simulation toolkits over here, designed to help students understand how conferences actually run. There's also research resources and core documents over here, which are essential for learning how resolutions, characters, charters, policies are structured. To add a human element, the site includes a staff testimonials, giving insight into real experiences within the UN system, followed by a Secretary General's message to the MUNs around the world, which reinforces the importance of youth participation in global dialogue. As you further move down, there's a lot of sections here: MUNs, update from the UN, research sources, but what we'll be focusing on in this video is youth opportunities. In youth opportunities, this is where the platform becomes especially powerful. The first major opportunity highlighted is the United Nations Youth Affairs Office, which I've opened right here for you guys. Also known as the Youth Office, this initiative works directly with and for the young people across the globe, ensuring that youth voices are represented in UN policies and decision making. We head down, here it shows you all the details and highlights. You can also watch their videos, mental health and stuff. Stay in touch. It's also initiative works directly for the young people. As I repeated before, the page breaks down into highlights, participation opportunities, and media sections where you can watch and listen to past youth engagements. One standout feature is the Youth 2030, a monthly newsletter and streamlines relevant information, initiatives, and global opportunities specifically for young people, making it easier to stay informed and get involved. Head back to the page. Our next one is UN Careers. So UN Careers for young students, which is more career orientated. So you can look on this page here. This part and site allows users to explore employment opportunities within the United Nations by searching based on their location and area of expertise. It clearly outlines how young people can become a part of the UN workforce, which features like staff in spotlight down here, which showcases real career journeys. From here, users are encouraged to keep exploring pathways such as YPP, which is a Young Professionals Program, which rosters exercises, competitive examinations, and even joining the global talent pool. I will be exploring that in details next. You can also keep exploring on the page here and find more job opportunities. It has latest opportunities including internships, consultancy roles, volunteer positions, opening across the UN Family Organization, all supported by updated news and latest news feed. Now we head down, you can see the UN YPP over here, the United Nations Young Professionals Program. So this is one of the most significant opportunities on the page. United Nations Young Professional Program, commonly referred to as the YPP, which not many people know about. This is a highly competitive but prestigious entry point into a UN career, and which is actually really easy to attain as well. The site clearly outlines the eligibility requirements down here. So for here, we're going to be reading this a bit. It's a requirement for initiative for talented, highly qualified professionals to start a career as an international civil servant as a UN secretariat. Now, this is actually not that hard as it sounds. It's actually much easier, and a lot of people get in, which a higher success rate. You just need to be inside this eligibility and be one of the participating countries. So we're going to be looking at how the eligibility requirements work. Applicants must be nationals of a participating country, which we'll look at later. You must have a bachelor's level or equivalent degree, and age must be 32 years or younger because it's a youth program. The language you either must be fluent in English or French. Now to apply, you need to see the application guidelines here, so which is the application period, your application on screen, assessment process, interviews, exam, you provide all the resources, and then you have the results around in June. You have application guidance and relevant documents here, screening questions that might come up, how the exam structure works, that's all over here as well. The recruitment process is also mentioned over here. Have a look at that. And success stories about people who got in using this program from Greece, Indonesia, Japan, Brazil, United States of America, Turkey, Germany, Slovakia, Ethiopia, China, and many more, which shows the diverse culture within the nationality. This shows all the participating countries inside. So this was what we were looking at before. The participating countries inside this workforce, which includes from A to K countries are over here. From L to R, they're over here. And from S to Z over here, you can pause your screen for a bit and have a good look at your country if you're mentioned in there and if you're interested. Some FAQs, participation of the staff of the UN and warning regarding for-profit companies. Now we're going to head back and we're going to be looking at the final opportunity. Sorry, not the final opportunity. UN volunteers, second final. So, that UN volunteering opportunity section appeals to those who want hands-on global experience. These roles include emergency response initiatives, development projects, and regional opportunities spanning the Arab states, Latin America, Gulf, and much beyond. The system allows users to simply select the country and check whether the opportunities are available, which makes the process highly accessible. Volunteers within the UN is positioned but not just as a service, but as a pathway to professional growth, cultural exposure, and global impact. The final section we're looking at is UN academic impact. Now, this is less of an opportunity, but this initiative connects academic institutions, students, and educators with the UN's mission. The page showcases ongoing impacts through videos, facts, and articles, highlighting how education plays a central role in achieving global development goals. It reinforces the idea that learning, research, and innovation are critical to solving international challenges, making the section especially relevant for students and educators alike. Today, obviously, we review these channels and everything, but today I'll be overall as a soft techie perspective. The MUN is well structured, informative, and genuinely empowering. It balances educational content with real world opportunities, making it useful not just for students participating in the MUN conferences, but also for young people exploring careers, volunteering, and academic engagement with the United Nations. The navigation is logical, the information is clearly segmented, and the opportunities are presented in a way that feels achievable rather than overwhelming. If you're interested in the global affairs, leadership, or international careers, this is a platform that absolutely worth exploring. This is not, once again, this is not a paid partnership. It's all by me, and I have looked into it in much more detail before the video, so it is a really good opportunity. And it aligns perfectly with the goal of highlighting tools and opportunities that create a real value beyond the screen. So my final rating for this software is going to be a 10 out of 10 for this website, software, opportunity, whatever you like to call it. It is a 10 out of 10. And you should definitely, it's worth applying, worth going for it, and it's always worth a chance. There's no application fees, there is no hand-on fees, no token fees, there's no money involved. It's all for the good, and it's very inclusive. A lot of countries are included in it. If your country was not included in the YPP, you still have a chance in the careers, volunteering, youth office, academic impact, or other chances. Thank you for watching the video, subscribe, and we'll come back to the next one.